Hello there, Liverpool fans. Back with another video to talk about the summer transfer dealings and the fixtures that were published yesterday. The new season fixtures for Liverpool, basically that have been arranged for the upcoming season, the 18-19 season, Premier League season. As far as transfers go, we signed Fabinho after the Champions League final defeat to Real Madrid, and we thought that it was going to be the beginning of more transfers coming into Liverpool, good transfers, quality players being brought into the club to push us on to the next level, to try and go for the league title. But I mean, since that day, we haven't been active in the transfer market. We've only been going after Nabil Fekir, and again, as per usual, again, FSG with their mind games and their silly ways of negotiating deals, they've ended up fucking it up. Excuse my language. They've ended up, costing us the player, Nabil Fekir. Now, I don't want to look silly in a couple of weeks' time, or a month's time if we end up signing him. But for the love of God, I mean, when you try and make a transfer, the first rule of making transfers is you need to pay the money. FSG knew how much the player cost and how much Lyon were expecting to receive for him. So how come he had a medical, he passed the medical, he was actually, how do you say, he wore the Liverpool t-shirt and he was actually on his way to Liverpool, and then all of a sudden, right at the last minute, somebody pulls the plug on the transfer. We hear all these conflicting stories in the press, in the articles and this and that, the videos saying that there's something wrong with his knee. Apparently he wasn't able to pass the what do you call it, the medical examination. But I don't fall for that rubbish at all, because if the news was that he had signed for Liverpool, that he had passed the medical and he was on his way to Liverpool, there was even a video that came out showing him wearing the Liverpool t-shirt, the Liverpool kit. So what's going on? There's no clarity, there's nothing going on, man. Surely Liverpool fans deserve to have clarity. Surely we deserve to know what is going on with our transfer policy, our transfer dealings. And this is just FSG, typical FSG. They're pulling away from the transfer. They did the same last year with Virgil van Dijk, and then they gave us all this bullshit about apparently we were tapping up the player, and then Southampton didn't want to sell the player to us. But when they put the money there in January, they sold us the player. So this is all mind games in my opinion. I'm not saying that FSG haven't bought players. The last year or so, since last summer, they have brought in some good players. The likes of Mohamed Salah, who had an outstanding season, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who did pretty well until he got injured, and Virgil van Dijk, of course, who we bought in January as a defensive cover, for our defence. So we can buy players, and of course with the Fabinho transfer at the start of this transfer window. But why, man? Why you can't get over the line with Nabil Fekir? Please, tell us a reason, tell us what happened. Tell us the truth so that we don't blame, FSG. Surely you owe that to the Liverpool fans, You need to tell us what's going on with these dealings. I don't fall for this rubbish that he had an injury and this and that. We saw him in training for France. So if he's injured, why has he been called up to the World Cup squad then? If that's the case. If he's got a knee injury or a knee problem, why is he in the squad for the World Cup? It just doesn't make sense. I don't think that the French FA is that stupid that they would call up an injured player, would they, for the World Cup tournament? So this is all rubbish. I mean, it's all about the money again. If you listen to me, it's all about the money. The money's not there. Liverpool did not want to pay the money, FSG. This is why they pulled the plug on the transfer. And now they're making silly excuses again. They're getting their articles, the Liverpool Echo and this and that, to write articles to try and calm us down, to try and defuse the situation with the Liverpool fan base. But it's not going to work, FSG. This is your last chance, as I've been saying since last year. Even the year before that, this is your last chance. Last year we did pretty well in the league. We got to the Champions League final, but we lost that final in the Champions League because of a rubbish goalkeeper and players that were not good enough to compete at the highest level. You know, we did it until the final. We got to the final. You know, I always say that we were on the crest of a wave, basically, that took us to the final because of the energy that we had, you know, beating Manchester City, beating Roma. The energy that it gave us allowed us to get to the final of the Champions League. But to be successful, to consistently win the major trophies, the major honours in European football, you need to be buying good players. You need to be having a good squad to compete on all fronts, in the league, in Europe, in the domestic trophies, you know, the FA Cup, League Cup. I wouldn't mind. If we win any of those, I still wouldn't mind. I want Liverpool to win something, man. It's been too long, 6 years without a trophy, man. You know, we can't make any excuses anymore. This is under the ownership of the regime of FSG. This is no coincidence, you know, that Liverpool are in this situation. This is a build-up of problems that have, you know, come over the years, basically, over a 10-year period. And we're still doing the same mistakes. You know, they're talking about bloody Jack Butland now as a goalkeeper. What are you doing, Liverpool? Honestly. I mean, what are we trying to do? Are we trying to take the club forward, or are we trying to take, you know, 2-3 steps backwards again? Why are you going after these type of players? This quality of player. You've got the bloody money from the you know, the deals, the TV deals, all the money that's coming from the Champions League success, and all the other, you know, revenues that we that we get money from. We've got the money there, so just put the money in front of the clubs and buy the players that we need. You know, get a goalkeeper, whether it be Alisson or whether it be Jan Oblak of Atletico Madrid. They're two good goalkeepers, quality goalkeepers that will, you know, probably win us 10 to 15 points in a season, which could push us on to be champions of the league. You know, do we realise that, you know, a good goalkeeper could be the difference between becoming champions and between finishing, you know, third or fourth, which has been what's been happening to us over the past 2 years, because we don't have a commanding goalkeeper. We don't have a good enough defence to keep out opposition. You know, it's no good playing good attacking football when you have a shaky defence, because you're going to concede. To be able to be guaranteeing a game, to know that you're going to win the game, you're going to get the 3 points, you need to have a good strike force, a good midfield, and a good defence, a solid defence, a good goalkeeper. But with us, it's the complete opposite. We have an outstanding front line of Mane, Salah and Firmino, and a decent midfield, you know, when all our players are there. But then when you go to the defence, the only good defender is Virgil van Dijk. And even he, on occasion, looked dodgy in some of the games. You know, because he's playing next to bloody Lovren. And he's playing next to two youngsters, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson. Robertson did well. I'm not saying that he did badly. But he's young, man. He's going to get found out by the quality players. As he was in the final, the Champions League final. He was not even in the game, Robertson. Trent Alexander-Arnold had another nightmare. You know, everyone's bigging him up now. He's in the England squad. But do you think that he's going to play in the England squad? I don't think he will. He's probably just there for the experience. Maybe if Southgate needs him, he will put him into the team. But I don't think he will be a starter in the England team, Trent Alexander-Arnold. You know, hopefully he does play and he becomes better. He becomes more experienced. He becomes more of a confident player to come into the Liverpool team next year. But surely there's players out there that you can buy, you know. Surely there is. You know, this is a wide market of players in the world. Liverpool should be finding someone that is capable to play in those positions in the defence. You know, somebody to replace Dejan Lovren in defence, centre-back. We cannot go through another season relying on bloody Lovren again. The man is dodgy. His second name is dodginess. You know, he's always bound to make a mistake. He's always bound to panic and to do something dodgy, and then we can see the goal from it. Or, you know, he could get himself sent off because he doesn't read the game. He's not clever. He doesn't understand what he needs to do in certain situations when the opposition is attacking him. And he makes mistakes. It's the same with our bloody goalkeepers. Mignolet and Karius, they're both terrible. They're both dodgy. We've seen it over the years now, man, with Mignolet. You know, he's been here since the 13-14 season, and we're still trying to put him into the team because we don't feel like there's a how do you say? We don't feel like there's a solution to the problem. Karius came into goal, and he's even worse than bloody Mignolet. How can you make these mistakes in the Champions League final? And then to top it off, we're trying to say that he got concussion, and that's what caused him to concede the goals. Come on, man. You know, you're making yourselves look like bloody idiots, Liverpool Football Club. Why are you even saying that you went to a doctor and they said that it was concussion? You know, you're taking the piss out of yourselves, man. This is a professional goalkeeper. If that was the case, if he had concussion, then why was he not replaced in the final by Mignolet? Why did Jurgen Klopp continue playing him until he conceded the third goal? You know, don't give me all this bullshit that he had concussion. I don't care if he's got a doctor's report or whatever it is. If that was the case, then a clever manager, a smart manager, would take him out of the game and put in someone that is fresh, someone that is fit, that can continue in goal. You don't leave a bloody injured goalkeeper in goal, do you? Not in a Champions League final of all matches. If it was a friendly or a non-important league match, then you can put him in, you can keep him there, but not in the bloody final. You know, after 11 years of not getting to the final, Champions League, you're not going to keep him in goal, are you? So don't give me all this crap, man. Liverpool Football Club, please. The Liverpool Echo and Redmen TV making articles and videos trying to convince us that bloody Karius had concussion, and I don't feel sorry for him at all. As a human being, I felt sorry for him on the night because he became emotional. He understood that the mistakes that he made were major mistakes and they cost Liverpool the Champions League trophy. But that's no excuse. You're a professional goalkeeper. You've been brought into Liverpool Football Club, one of the biggest clubs in the world, to be their goalkeeper. So when you step out onto the field, you need to have the confidence. You need to have the arrogance to be the Liverpool goalkeeper. This means something, man. And look at the goalkeepers that we're relying on. Bloody Mignolet and Karius. And some fans are even saying give him another chance at the beginning of the season. You know, are you mad? Have you lost your minds? Some fans, Liverpool fans. The man is costing you points. The man is costing us trophies, titles, and you still want to keep him in the bloody goal. What is the matter with you people, man? You know, do you want Liverpool to always be the nearly men? Do you want Liverpool to always be runners-up, to never actually win anything? You know, I've been making videos on this on my YouTube channel now for more than a year, over a year, and I've explained the situation. I've analysed it. Defenders, goalkeepers, midfielders, all the things that I feel are wrong with Liverpool Football Club. The transfer dealings, spendings, FSG, the outlook of our fan base, always saying fourth. Fourth is a good achievement, this and that. You need to cut this bullshit out now, Liverpool fans. Honestly, we need to demand winning the league title. Look at the fixture list we got now. For the month of August, we've got West Ham at home, first game, Crystal Palace away, and I can't remember the other game, last game. Let me see. West Ham at home, Crystal Palace away, and then another home game, I think. Brighton, yeah, Brighton. So these games should yield 9 points to Liverpool. 3 games in the month of August, we should be getting 9 points, nothing less. If we don't win those games, then there should be major criticism of Jurgen Klopp and his team. We can't keep going into the season thinking that we're just gonna prod along. This is not the right mentality to have. Liverpool fans, Liverpool fan base should be demanding to win the league, man. Bloody Manchester City have come out from nowhere because of the money, and they're winning the title. They're winning other trophies as well, the League Cup. Next year they're going to want to win the Champions League. We beat them this year. We knocked them out convincingly. But next year, the team that they build, they'll probably go on again and be successful in the Champions League. Because they have ambition. They have targets. They want to do something. They want to achieve major honours. But Liverpool are just prodding along. Look at the players that we're being linked with. The players that we think we should be buying. Bloody Butland, of all players. Are you mad? Butland he was in a relegated team. If he was that good, then Stoke would not have been relegated, would they? Don't give me the example of Andy Robertson. Robertson was a different proposition. Robertson is young and he was in a relegated team, but he was playing at left back position. Goalkeeper is a major position on the pitch. This position of the team could guarantee you 10 to 15 points a season if you have a good goalkeeper, a reliable goalkeeper, confident goalkeeper. You could end up getting a lot of points from it, earning a lot of points in matches or in major European matches. He could be the difference between you going through to the next round or being eliminated from the tournament. Do you not understand this, some of our fans, our fan base? Are you that ignorant? Are you that stupid, some of you, that you don't understand that a good goalkeeper will make you a better team? A good defence will make you a stronger team. It's no good relying on bloody Salah all the time. Mane, look what happens. Salah's injured now. He might come back for Egypt today. They're playing Uruguay in the World Cup opening match. But if he's not ready, then they shouldn't risk him. Keep him for the second match. I know that he wants to represent his country and this and that. It's once in a lifetime opportunity, 4 years. Once in 4 years they play the World Cup. But you cannot be risking him, man, for the World Cup, Salah. We need to be keeping an eye on him, the Liverpool training staff, Liverpool, the club should be keeping an eye on Salah to make sure that he's fit, that he's getting the right treatment to become, get back to his old form, get back to his old fitness, basically, so that when he comes back for the pre-season training, he will be ready to go again. And we're still bloody talking about the same issues with this ownership, man. I'm fed up, man, honestly. I'm fed up with FSG. I don't have any bloody confidence in them at all because we've seen it over the years. Last season, they only bought Salah. And then on the final couple of days, they panic buyed. And they went and bought Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. But it was a panic buy. Everyone knew. I'm not saying that Oxlade-Chamberlain is a bad player, but you should be making your transfers early, man. You should be making your transfers, let's say, at the maximum at the end of the middle of July, so that you have time for the new season. You don't leave it until the final couple of days of the bloody transfer window, do you? And then you're telling us, oh, we got a bargain in Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, the Liverpool Echo and certain people who make videos on YouTube and this and that, telling us that we got a great player. We all knew that FSG, this was a panic buy from FSG. Don't kid yourself. That he was not their first target, Salah was not Liverpool's first target. He turned out brilliant, Salah. He had an outstanding season, 44 goals for his debut season at Liverpool. Outstanding, unbelievable. But he was not Liverpool's first choice. I think they were saying something about Julian Brandt and this and that, Marco Reus. There was other players that Liverpool were trying to sign. When they didn't put the money there, they didn't buy those players. Thomas Lemar, another example. And now Lemar's gone to Atletico Madrid. That's another good player gone down the drain for Liverpool that we've missed out on. Who else are we going to miss out on? Oblak, Alisson, Nabil Fekir, probably. We won't sign him. It's just ridiculous. And you think that you're going to be successful like this with these owners, with this kind of leadership off the pitch. We're not going to be successful, man. This has happened over 7-8 years, this process. Surely by now, Liverpool fans should wake up and see that these people are not good enough for Liverpool, FSG. If they don't spend the money, then I don't care who they are. They could be the bloody Arab sheikh. They could be the Chinese dictator or whatever it is. They're not good enough for Liverpool Football Club, man. We need to have owners that are willing to pay the money, that are willing to take Liverpool onto the next level, that actually want to see Liverpool winning something, winning trophies. Because FSG, in my opinion, they don't care whether Liverpool win anything. They're only in it for the profit, for the money. They're just trying to, big Liverpool up and trying to make them more, more valuable than the club is at the moment. So that when they sell them on in the future, they will make a massive profit off of Liverpool Football Club. This is what their ambition is, their target is. It's nothing else. It's got nothing to do with on-field success. They don't care whether Liverpool win anything, man. These people don't even turn up for the bloody games. John Henry and his wife and the other owners. Have you seen them at the games? They only came to the bloody Champions League final because they thought that Liverpool were going to win something. And then they're going to start coming out with, start saying that we helped Jurgen Klopp, you know, trying to make some propaganda to big themselves up so that everyone supports them. Everyone says that they're good owners. They, you know, they invest the money and this and that. This is why they turn up for the games, for the big games. You know, it's not, they don't care about Liverpool, man. All they're interested in is their bloody baseball team, the Boston Red Sox. We don't give a damn about Boston Red Sox. We're football fans. Liverpool Football Club is our passion. We want to see this club successful with the right owners, the right manager in charge. I don't care about Jurgen Klopp, you know, drinking beer on holiday, relaxing, chilling, this and that. You know, sometimes to me, it appears to me that Jurgen Klopp doesn't take the job seriously. He doesn't care about the club, man, because when he's on holiday, he's relaxing. Of course, he's going to relax, but you need to be disciplined. You need to be organised. You need to have a plan for next season, Jurgen Klopp. Don't come out again next season and start making excuses that we were unlucky and this and that. We lost the games. If you're not prepared again and you throw the points away, then that's the end of you. I'm sorry. You've been at this club now for 4 years nearly. This season is going to be your 4th season in charge. Do you realise that? You know, you've been here since the 15-16 season. 15-16, 16-17, 17-18, and now 18-19 season. 2018-19 season. You need to actually win a trophy now, Jurgen Klopp. You've been to 3 finals. We've lost all 3 of them. You know, the League Cup final, the Europa League final, and then the Champions League final. This is not acceptable anymore for Liverpool, man. You should have won at least one of those trophies. But because of your tactics, because of your naivety, and the players that we have in our squad, in our team, they're not good enough to perform on the best level, on the highest level. This is why we keep falling short of winning anything. You know, are we that blind that we don't see these things? Or are we just trying to trick the fans again? Trying to play games with the fans' minds? Liverpool fans should be demanding better. When they go to Anfield, when they go to away games, they should make their voices heard on the videos. They should criticise the owners. Don't sit there and just, because we've finished 4th 2 seasons in a row, don't just sit there and say that we're progressing. They keep using this silly word again, progression, progression. What are you progressing in? You know, we came 2nd in Rodgers' 2nd season. We nearly won the Premier League title. That was progression, not now. We haven't progressed. You know, we've been winning games, but the amount of draws that we had last season, not good enough, man. 12 draws in the Premier League. In a 38-game season, you had 12 draws. And most of those draws were at Anfield, home games. You know, you need to be able to break these teams down. You need to be able to beat these teams, the smaller teams. And since the fixture, this has been, has been shown to the fans. There's people saying that we're going to win all the games and this and that. These deluded idiots, they think that we're going to win the games. We've got an easy fixture list. West Ham is not going to be easy first game of the season. They could have a completely different team. They're trying to buy players, I've heard, you know, West Ham. You know, the likes of, who is it they're after? Felipe Anderson, who plays for Lazio, quality player. They're trying to bring in Fabianski, he's a decent goalkeeper. And Mawson, the defender, Alfie Mawson, who played for Swansea, another solid defender. You know, Liverpool will struggle to beat them on the opening day. If we don't know how to break them down again, it's going to be a tough game. You know, this season we beat them twice, but they were in free fall. Defensively, they were terrible this year, West Ham. They still had a decent team, you know, but because of their defensive dodginess, we smashed them in both the matches, 4-1. An 8-2 aggregate over West Ham over the 2 games. Palace, we beat twice again, but they were very close games. You know, I remember the start of last season, we only beat them 1-0 with a Mane goal, a late goal. And they had chances again to score against us. Second game, they were leading again. And we ended up winning the game in the final 15 minutes or so. I think Mo Salah scored the winner. And then the Liverpool away fans went mental. I remember there was a video on YouTube showing the fans going mental after Salah scored with about 5 minutes or so to go. So this is not going to be easy, you know. Brighton, we've smashed them twice, 5-1 and 4-0, but even those games were not easy for Liverpool. You need to be You need to be prepared. You need to have a way of playing against these teams, a system whereby you know how to break them down. There's no point in sitting there and saying that this is going to be an easy fixture. This, if you don't take those games seriously, you'll end up losing points again, Liverpool. Trust me. We know what Liverpool have done over the years. You know, it's not the first time that they've done it. It's not the first time that we've made these mistakes, that we've lost points to these teams. You know. So you need to take it seriously. That's what I'm saying. We as fans of this club demand that we're successful. We as fans of this club demand that we win something now, Jurgen Klopp. You need to be making sure that you have a good team capable of challenging Man City, Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham again next season, even Arsenal. Arsenal have got a new manager in now, and they're going to be playing a different style of football. They're going to be bringing in players that fit the new manager's philosophy. Unai Emery, who is a good manager. You know, he's the manager of Sevilla, the team that beat us in the Europa League final. He won the trophy with them 3 times, the Europa League. Then he went to PSG and he won the treble there. You know, it might be an easy league, but he was successful. He's a good manager, you know. And they needed a change after Arsene Wenger. This could be the catalyst to awaken Arsenal, basically. They could be a completely different team next season, Arsenal. So the challenges will always be there for Liverpool. You have to move on. You have to become better every season, Liverpool. And with the players that we're trying to bring in, you know, Butland and this and that, we're not going to be successful, are we? We're going to be either the same or we're going to become even worse because the quality of players that we're trying to buy are not good enough for Liverpool Football Club, man. You need to be buying the best players, the top players in the world, as Manchester City are doing, as Manchester United are doing. Don't come out and tell me that we don't have money. Liverpool are the 8th most, the 8th richest club in the world at the moment. There was an article on Forbes magazine which outlined that Liverpool are the 8th richest team in the world at the moment. We're still behind the likes of Manchester United and Chelsea, Arsenal, but still, we're in the top 8 of the world. So this club has major money. The value of this club is like something like near to £2 billion pounds. You know, 1.5, £2 billion pounds. The value of this club. This club has money to spend, money to burn, but because of the ownership, they're not bothered about being successful, man. All they care about is their bloody profit. You know, you need to convince Liverpool fans that you're in it for the success. You're in it to make Liverpool a better football club, not just off the pitch. I don't care about the stadium and the financial dealings and this and that. Don't give me all these excuses again, FSG. You know, you've been making these excuses for 8 years now. You know, we said 1 year, 2 year, okay, it's normal. Let them come into the club, try and fix the problems, make us financially more stable, sort out the other problems that we had in the club, get rid of the deadwood and this and that. But it seems to me that they aren't doing anything. We've still got players here from 5 years ago, 4 years ago, that are not even in the team. They're not even in the squad, and they're still in the Liverpool Football Club, man. Why don't you get rid of them? Why don't you sell them? Because I feel the only reason that they're not selling them, because they want to keep them in the squad. They're not willing to buy other players, so they need these players as backup. This is why they're not getting rid of these players. And despite knowing that they're not good enough to play for Liverpool, they're still at the club. You know, the likes of Markovic, the likes of Adam Bogdan, the likes of I don't know, who else is there? Other players that we have, you know, Klavan, for instance, Mignolet. There's too many average players, man. Moreno, get rid of these players, man. Sell them. Sell them, get as much money as you can, and then start afresh. Build a new squad for Jurgen Klopp. But if Klopp thinks that he can make these players better, then that's even worse as manager. He's been here for 3 years now. You've seen what they can do. You've seen their limitations, Jurgen. Surely you understand by now that they're not good enough, these players, to play for Liverpool in any competition. Not in the league, not in Europe, not in any competition. And you're still trusting them, you know. If he keeps carrying on with Karius, then I've lost all faith in him, honestly, as a manager. If he sits there and tells us that Karius is going to be the #1 goalkeeper at Liverpool, or they buy Butland and they try to tell us that he's good enough for Liverpool, then I've lost all faith. I'm telling you now, I won't be watching the games because I don't want to see Liverpool get embarrassed by other teams. This is what's going to happen. If they don't buy the quality players and we keep these average players in the team, in the squad, then we're going to end up slipping up again, which has been happening since the 13-14 season. You know, what have we achieved? Nothing. You know, we've become 6th. In the 14-15 season, we finished 6th. 15-16, we dropped down to 8th. 16-17, we became 4th. And then 17-18, 4th again. You know, these are average finishes for Liverpool. 4th is not even an achievement for Liverpool. Don't even say that, Liverpool fans. 4th place is not an achievement, man. You're qualified for the Champions League. That's it. You know, there's nothing more to it. You haven't won a trophy. You haven't won a medal, have you? So don't even say that this is success, you know, finishing 4th. We want to see Liverpool win something to get as far as they can in all competitions, to try and strive and win a trophy. So many problems at this club, man. I can't believe it. It's just being run badly. It really is, the club. It's not being run properly. The goalkeeping coach is a bloody catastrophe. A disaster of a goalkeeping coach. John Achterberg. Every goalkeeper that comes into the club and starts training with Achterberg, after a while they just become better. They become a terrible goalkeeper. A nervous wreck of a goalkeeper. You know, a dodgy goalkeeper. Why is that? Because this man is not good enough to be goalkeeping coach. We should be bringing in someone top quality goalkeeping coach. You know, the like of Pepe Reina or somebody like that can actually give his experience, give his confidence to the other goalkeepers so that they become better, so that they start to develop and become a top class goalkeeper. Whereas this Achterberg fella, every goalkeeper that comes close to him becomes worse as a consequence. Because he wasn't good enough when he was a goalkeeper himself. How is he supposed to train to develop the goalkeepers now to become better? It's impossible. You know, we're dreaming. If we think that this man is going to become, you know, make the goalkeepers better, we're kidding ourselves. We really are, as a club. So I want to see all these changes take place anyway. You know, hopefully we have a good start to the season. I'm praying that we do, because if we don't and Klopp starts losing it, don't forget we're going to have Champions League games as well at the start of the season. So the fixtures are going to be coming thick and fast. You need to have a good squad, a strong squad, you know, that are able to play in all these competitions. Anyway, Liverpool fans, this is all I've got to say for now. I'll probably be making another video pretty soon again to detail, you know, the transfer dealings, and to talk about the fixtures again, you know, Liverpool's fixtures, and the potential points that we can pick up from the games. And yeah, everything to do with Liverpool Football Club, basically. I'm not happy at the moment, honestly. I was happy with the Fabinho signing after the Champions League final, but the way they dealt with the Nabil Fekir situation has just put me off again. It really has. We're not able to buy a player, man. Barcelona went out and spent £142 million to buy Coutinho. They don't even need him, Barcelona. If you look at the truth of the matter, they don't even need him. But they're willing to buy players to become even better than they are at the moment. Whereas Liverpool, we're just sitting still again. You know, Manchester City have just won the title with a 25-point gap over Liverpool. Do you realise this? And you're still standing still, and you think that you're going to compete with Man City. We beat them 3 times, yeah, we beat them 3 times. Twice in the Champions League and once in the league. But we also lost 5-0 to Manchester City. You know, whether it was to do with Mane getting sent off or not, it doesn't matter. You got battered. We got battered by Tottenham 4-1 at Wembley. We got beaten by Manchester United 2-1 at Old Trafford. You know, we drew with Arsenal. We lost to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So this shows that you're not good enough to play against the bigger teams in the league. On the day of the game, we weren't good enough to compete, to do anything against these teams. So if you keep closing your eyes and you keep ignoring the problems, then you're not going to achieve anything. It's going to be the same story again next season, and the season after that, and the season after that. With these owners, we're not going to do anything, because They're not ambitious. They don't want Liverpool to win anything. They don't care, in fact, whether we do or not. If we do, it's a bonus to them. But all they think about is the profit that they gain from the club. That makes them richer, you know. That makes John Henry richer. And probably he will end up selling the club to somebody in the future. And this is why they're investing in the stadium as well, Anfield. They're making it bigger because they want to sell the club on with a bigger value, you know. That will make them more profit, basically, for their business. Anyway, Liverpool fans, I don't want to turn this into another rant video, so we're not even at the start of the season and we're already complaining. But you can see from what I've talked about, what I've analysed, you can see the problems that are waiting for Liverpool. You know, the problems that need to be taken care of, and the players that we need to bring into the team, into the squad, to push us on to the next level, to make us even better than we were last season. And if we don't buy these players, then I don't have any confidence at all anymore. I don't care about Jurgen Klopp, man. Jurgen Klopp, in a while, is gonna become, you know, like a clown, a charlatan, because the longer it goes on and he doesn't achieve anything, and the pressure keeps building on him, he's going to lose confidence in his own ability as a manager, which is already happening now. He goes on holiday and he's giving all these silly pictures and stuff of himself on holiday, drinking beer, messing around. Look at the other managers of the other clubs. Do you see anyone else doing this? I don't care about charisma, man. What's charisma got to do with football? Charisma. We want the team to be successful. We don't care what the manager does. You know, he could be a quiet man at home reading a book. I don't care, in his private time. As long as he makes Liverpool successful on the pitch, that's all that I care about. I don't care who the manager is. And our fans are always bigging up, you know, look at our manager, such a likeable fella, such a infectious, personality on the players. Yeah, but what has he won? What has he won? What has he achieved at Liverpool? That's what you should be looking at. It doesn't matter what kind of person he is, whether he's a nutcase or he's a slow person, you know, a quiet person. At the end of the day, we should be looking at our trophies in the cabinet, and we don't have any since Klopp's come in. Even Mourinho has won 3 trophies, man, in that time. Even Arsene Wenger has won trophies since Klopp's come in. Pep Guardiola's won 2 cups as well this year. The League Championship and the League Cup. And next year is going to be going for the Champions League, most probably. With a few more players coming into the team, which they will buy because they have the money. And they're willing to spend the money, Manchester City. So of course they're going to invest. If they see Manchester United buying players and Chelsea, Liverpool, they're going to buy even better players to make them even stronger than they are now, Man City. You wait and see. And then we'll still be talking about the same rubbish again in January or next May. In May 2019, we're still going to be talking about the same things, the same problems, the same deficiencies that we had this year with this ownership in charge. It's the same. It's always going to be the same with these people, man. They buy a couple of good players and then they start buying average players, rubbish players. Yeah, you know, Moses Simon. Who the hell is Moses Simon, man? A young Nigerian player who plays in Belgium. We've never heard of him, man. Why are you going after these players? You know, you're supposed to make Liverpool better than what they are at the moment. You know, we're not a bloody development academy. We need quality players. I don't care about his potential. Who cares about potential, man? We want to see Liverpool winning things now. Potential is finished for Liverpool. We've gone down this road for 7-8 years. What has it achieved us? What have we won? Nothing. So you see what the problem is. The underlying problem is transfers. The quality of transfers that you bring into the team. You need to make them better players. You need to buy the cream of the crop, basically. The quality players in the world. You're still going after bloody youngsters again. Moses Simon, Pulisic, this and that, you know, Brandt, Butland as a goalkeeper. The only reason that they're buying these players is because they're young and they're cheaper. It's not because they're quality players or they have potential. You know, don't even give us that rubbish. You know, the Liverpool Echo and Redmen TV. Don't even big these players up. You know fully well why FSG are going after these players. It's because of their age. Because they have a potential 10-year football career in front of them. and because in a few years their value could rise, and then FSG could end up selling them to other clubs to make a profit. This is why they're trying to go after these players. It's not because they feel that they will make Liverpool better. Come on, you know. Butland was in a team that was relegated. Moses Simon plays for a team in Belgium that no one's ever heard of, Genk or whatever they're called. You know, who are these players, man? What is their quality? Nothing. Anyway, Liverpool fans, I best be going because the Egypt-Uruguay game has just started. I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see what kind of game it's going to be. So thank you for listening to watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Make your comments in the comment section below. It's going to be very much appreciated. You know, I'd like to reply to your comments if you make comments, and we can have like a civilized conversation on the comment section if you like. And yeah, I'll make another video probably soon talking about the same issues, or if there's any new news regarding Liverpool Football Club, we can go over that as well. You know, the other issues as well. So see you later. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll talk to you later on. Bye bye.